You are now listening to the Going North podcast with your host, author and speaker, Dom Brightman. And every Monday and Thursday, you're going to hear the voice of a different author share their stories, expertise, and their struggles that they had to overcome in life to leave you inspired to get more out of your life. Be sure to not only listen to this episode, but share with others, connect with the authors, and always advance others to advance yourself. Now let's get on with the show.
And we're back at you again, baby, on the Going North podcast with a wonderful overcomer, baby. This one, I've been looking forward to this for a while. We were part of the same Toastmasters club a couple years ago. She shared a story, and she has been through a lot, and she is so young. She looks so young when she told me her chronological age. I was like, well, girl, you lying. You know you lying. And then she comes out with this book 2 years later, and it's freaking amazing. And man, oh man, she has a powerful story. She has a powerful story. And you're probably wondering who this wonderful lady is. It's the one, the only Alithea Robinson. How are you today, ma'am?
I am good. Thank you, Dom, for that wonderful introduction. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, it's great to have you here. You finally made it. First book, the first of many.
Yes. The first of at least 3 or 4.
Oh, there we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So the first book is called Hair, Weaves, and Memories of an Expert Stylist. So what led to you finally writing and publishing this book?
Well, what made me write this book that actually took me about 3.5 years to complete was just having a very rough childhood, suffering from a learning disorder throughout grade school and not really knowing what was wrong with me because it was an undiagnosed learning disorder. And it definitely helped to tarnish my self-esteem and my self-worth. And overcoming that over years, I felt like I needed to tell the story because I see it in so many people. We don't talk about it, and I wanted to tell the story of overcoming those challenges.
Challenges, indeed. And you've been through a lot of challenges. Read some of the book. I was like, oh, my gosh, wow. Oh, my goodness. Like, yeah, you think you see the title, I'm like, yo, okay, all right. Starting a hair salon and dealing with drama. No, it ain't that. It's something totally different.
Yeah, I definitely will tell you that through all the challenges in my life, they all kind of come from a place of worth, self-worth, and loving myself. I think that people underestimate the importance of self-love because it changes. We change, and the challenges change, and we constantly have to go into a deeper place to just evolve and be our better self. And just going through that, finding my purpose through the hair industry, it has just really grown me up, and it has really, really helped me become a better person. And I want to tell people how to get to that place. Yeah.
Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And be able to think about this book and stuff even underlined with the red ink and whatnot because it's powerful and whatnot. And then it shows how it's like, hey, I mean, you may have a rough upbringing, but you don't let that be your final destination.
Absolutely. And, going past the childhood struggles, just finding my purpose in my industry and loving what I do, it has just evolved me so much from that place, and I just never knew that I could be so fulfilled and be so happy, and that I could do what I love to do every single day. And I still love it. 26 years later, I still love my industry.
Oh, yeah, because I'm pretty sure it's changing somewhat. I'm pretty sure it's changing somewhat, at least. I mean, yeah, different faces, different chairs, and, of course, different types of salons you could probably open and all that other good stuff.
Yeah. Being in the salon, it has definitely had its challenges, too. And again, even those challenges had a lot to do with me feeling like I was a good boss or a leader, and really accepting those positions and struggling with that. So that was also challenging, because dealing with my employees over the years, if I felt better and more confident about my position, I could have been a better employer. So the book just kind of talks about all these different lessons in growing from the young person even into adulthood. But getting through the struggles, they always directed me back to myself.
Oh, yeah. And the book's talking about how you grow up a little faster than most, too, right?
Yeah, always been fast, even as just a little girl, always talking a lot, getting in a lot of trouble, being in grown folks' business, always having my own opinion. And I have a grandbaby who is 3, and she is very opinionated and very independent, but we teach her to steer that and not tell her it's a bad thing. So it's very important to steer children and teach them and guide them, and not just cut them down or make them feel like everything that they do is a bad thing, because those behaviors and that independence is what creates leaders of the future. So, yeah, I've always been very fast learning. But, again, the struggle with the learning disorder, some things just I didn't understand why I was so different from my peers. So, yeah. But now I still learn and process things different. It still takes me a little longer than I think it does my peers, but I love who I am, and I'm confident in myself. So that's the difference. And we have to raise young people to think like that early.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, because the good thing about that is it's self-awareness, and that shows that, hey, you can actually use that disability to your advantage. Heck, even Richard Branson, billionaire who started the Virgin companies, he's dyslexic, and Damon John, I believe he's dyslexic as well. So it's like, it's not really no excuse nowadays. It's actually a gift wrapped up in a curse in a way.
Absolutely. I totally agree. I like the way you put that. Yeah. A lot of kids nowadays, things are a little bit more accepted, and we call things, it's that, having attention deficit disorder, it's almost like every other kid has some kind of suffering of that. But we grow out of things. So, again, they don't have to define us. We can grow and mature in who we are. And I think another thing that these lessons have taught me is to just take it easy a little bit and not be so hard on myself, and also not be so hard on my children as I was raising them. They're older now.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And you're in grandma status, that's right. You got the 3-year-old now, that's right. So now you got to make sure the little one doesn't follow in grandma's footsteps at one point, right?
Absolutely. 1 second. Okay. Sorry about that. Absolutely. Yes, but I'm sure, different struggles these days. And now kids are very entitled. One thing, they believe that they can do a lot of things really quick, and they have a lot of love and privileges. So, my mom did what she could do. She did the best that she could because she also came from a very dysfunctional upbringing. So the whole idea is to pay it forward and create something better in the next generation. So I think we'll be pretty good on that end.
Oh,
she's way smarter than her grandmother, too. Yeah. So.
And the good news is the grandma's not done yet.
I am absolutely not done. Yes, I just started living part-time in Las Vegas because this is where I'll be retiring and settling down and starting my second blend after the kids are all grown. Well, they're grown now, so this is this part of my life.
Oh, yeah. So what drew you to Las Vegas? Was it the lights or was it something totally different?
Well, I love the climate because, as you also know from reading the book, I do suffer with arthritis and some conditions from working in the industry for 26 years. So this climate is very good for my arthritis. It's not freezing temperatures. And also it is a wonderful place to expand my brand and my speaking in my industry, teaching what I do and teaching other aspiring stylists and current stylists how to be great at what they do through the purpose and through passion and service. It's really missing in my industry, and in most industries, service is a big deal. We're lacking in service. So I believe in service first, and money will always follow. I never worry about an income. So I want to teach others to have that and develop that passion. So that's what I'm doing here in Vegas.
That's right. It's a blackjack table every day, huh? No worries about income.
I'm so glad I don't have that fever. So I don't care too much about the nightlife and the gambling. But, yeah, it could be dangerous if you do.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Leave all credit cards at home. Just walk in with like one of them classic hobos in the cartoons, be like, have a stick in a bag, strap on the end inside of it. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So any advice for folks out there who may be aspiring to put pen to paper and then eventually publish their book?
Well, my advice would be no matter how long it takes, one day at a time. It's okay if it takes you a long time. It's okay if you do it quickly. There is no time frame. It's just doing it. For me, writing this book as autobiography, it was a little bit challenging. That's why it took so long, because it took me to such a dark and a deep place. But I did it, and the rewards of doing it was so therapeutic. I did not realize how therapeutic it would be and how accomplished I would feel. So you probably won't take 3.5 years to write the book, and even if you do, just do it. If it's what you want to do, there is no time frame or schedule. So that's what I would tell anybody who is aspiring to do that.
Oh, yeah, that's right, the therapy indeed. Yes, indeed. Yeah, it can be painful, too, because I remember, I think it was a buddy of mine, Ray Harris, he's in the process of writing his book, and he mentioned how reliving some of those memories, it really took a lot out of him, and it brought him to tears, so we just basically had to take a break from that. So you're right, it is going to take time, indeed, because you're just opening boxes metaphorically and pulling out random memories that you had buried deep within you for so long, and they come back and it's like, oh God, what the fudge is this?
Right. And also some things you just forget, and you don't even realize how many things you actually forget. So that is part of suppressing those memories, and to actually be, like you said, opening up that box. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. But to do it and to grow from that space, just from completing and publishing that book, and then instantly you grow into another space, it's a great reward. And it makes you want to write the next book, which is what I'm doing now. I'm currently working on writing the next book, a little bit lighter than the first one, of course. Yeah, but still stories that revolve around my wonderful hair industry.
So Blue Magic hair grease in this one too?
No, nothing so much lighter and so much easier for men to digest. Yes.
Oh, man. That's right. Yep, definitely going to read chapter 3 for that one.
Yeah, they have to read chapter 3.
That's right. So I'm guessing the next book is going to be a poetry route, or is it going to be more stories? Or
The next book will be more sayings and quotes. I have always, like I said, been a little mature, wise, old spirit, as people have told me growing up. So over the years, I say things to people that inspire them, and they remember them, and they say, I remember you said this, that, and the third. So it's a book of memorable quotes and things that I've either said to people or they have said to me that I remember and that stand out. So that is the main point of that book. Mm-hmm. And then from there, I want to get more into the technical aspect of my industry. I mean, I do still teach and educate, and that is where I'm at right now, so I don't want to go so far away from that. So I want to prepare more technical industry-related books, and so that's kind of the direction I will go from that one, I believe. But you never know which way life is going to take you.
Oh, that's right. Going to have Dr. Lisa giving some instructions.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to have the ruler, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
I am a self-proclaimed expert now. Yes, I don't need a certificate.
Oh, yeah. Yep, kind of reminds me of page 56 where you wrote this awesome line where it says, life is full of things you never thought you would do or could do, but once we allow ourselves to grow, we will be elevated doing what we once may have been thought was the impossible.
Absolutely. I am very open to life. So.
Oh, yeah, that's right. More open than an open door policy, huh?
Yes, and ironically, I spend more time on the computer doing research. I never thought that I would be doing those kind of things. As much as I hated school growing up and didn't want to have any parts of learning anything that I couldn't just learn and figure out on my own, but I spend a lot of time doing those very things. So, yes, you just don't know how life will unfold, and there are no mistakes. Everything is for a reason. I really believe that. It's important to just let life unfold.
I think there might be an online hairstyling course coming soon from you.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, right before we're having this conversation, I was speaking with my marketing guy about setting up online classes. So, yeah, we're right on point. Many years people have asked me to do this, but I didn't want to do it. I want to do it the way it's supposed to be done for me. I need to feel led to do this thing. So it's always been part of the process. I just didn't want to be overwhelmed with teaching and doing hair and trying to keep up with both of those things, I felt like I would neglect some part. So I want to give it all. I want to teach everything that I know, and I want to be totally focused. So that is where I'm at right now, and I'm very excited about this chapter of my life.
Oh, yeah, no pun intended either, huh?
Nope, not at all.
Yeah. Well, that is awesome. First ever hair salon stylist on the podcast action, now to think about it.
Yeah, cool. And my first podcast interview. So how awesome is that?
Sherry's popping on both ends. This is great. That's what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
Oh, yes. It's an online course coming up, and 2+ other books in the wings, one about inspirational quotes, another one more technical. I'm guessing probably going to work your way up to maybe Milady standards of cosmetology maybe, or something totally different?
No. More just customizations, and this is more advanced training after beauty school. So I always have this need to be free and expressive, as I've always been. So I don't want to be confined to a formal curriculum, so to speak. I want to teach what I do every day and how I am very innovative and creative. I actually consider myself to be an engineer of hair, and because that's what I do. I create systems for different hair issues. Most of the women that I work on are losing their hair or suffering from some form of alopecia. So I have to create systems for that. So that is what I will teach, and that is where my passion is right now.
Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah, that's right. Tamara Harvey, I forgot. That's right. You two know each other. Great folks. That's right. She was on this podcast, too. So we got the Soul Sisters on the podcast. This is great.
Absolutely. One of my very long-term clients and friends.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I think she's all about the martinis now. I think that's where
Absolutely. I just read that book. It's pretty cute. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was hoping she was going to do the whole unicorn romance story where it was unicorns fighting penguins for hair supremacy, but she might publish that.
I think it might be in the making.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah,
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to have My Little Pony versus Happy Feet. It's going to be great.
Yeah, since we're both Scorpios, you definitely got to throw some Scorpio energy in there. Yeah.
That means there might be some bondage involved, okay.
Could be. Yeah, it could be.
Well, awesome indeed. Well, with writing your book and finally publishing it, I'm pretty sure there have been others that may have inspired you. Mind sharing a title or two of books that may have inspired you to finally publish yours?
I won't say they've been books of the past, not anything too recent, but some of the books that one particular author that really stands out from some of my more difficult times in trying to process and feel my way through is Ilyana Van Zant, Yesterday I Cried. That book always stands out for me. It was very powerful for me to deal with some self-issues. I mostly read self-help books, and I also read some financial prosperity books, but more self-help books. You actually, I cannot remember this book, but your book, in the back of your book, you listed a few books, and I have ventured out and read some of those. I think I have been inspired to read and listen to Jim Rohn through you. And just, a lot of self-help books. I will tell you, I don't do a lot of reading right now. actual books because I'm always researching things that I have to research for my business, or trying to keep up with Toastmasters magazines. So it's like they come in so quick. I can't even stay on top of them. So I don't read a lot of books unless it's something that I need to find out or research anymore. But I still, here and there, I'll read a book. Like I just read this Martini book. But I do mostly a lot of researching and trying to catch up with things that I need to stay on top of.
Oh, yeah, like icing and sprinkles on a cupcake. Got to stay on top. Yes, stay.
I'm not as fast as some of you people. Like you can probably read 4 or 5 books in 1 month. So, yes, I can't move that quick.
Oh, don't worry. No one's alone. I've slowed down these past few months, believe it or not. So don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you get to the doing aspect of things, it's like, the reading's great, but it's like, gotta do more of the doing.
Yes. It can be quite consuming sometimes. That's why it's very important to love what you do, or you will feel like you're drowning.
That's right, and it could be a Mountain Dew, too.
Mm-hmm.
That's right, a hairdo of Mountain Dew.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for those ladies out there who may have one day a dream to maybe open up a salon of their own, any advice for them?
I always encourage people to always start from the entry level. So I don't suggest anyone to just aspire to open up a salon, but to aspire to start in the entry level, learning the business before just jumping into the business, learning to work long and hard hours before just waiting until it is an on-demand thing, learning the service part of it, giving back to the client and putting them first before wanting to be overwhelmed with clientele. So, and the most important thing is master timeliness, be on time. That is one of the biggest downfalls of salons and stylists. They don't master their time. They don't be on time, and the clients suffer. And clients are really at the mercy of the stylist, and that they depend on us, and they really need us, especially when they are professionals or they have real demanding lifestyles, and they need to look their best, need to feel their best. So stylists tend to not put the customer first. And so before aspiring to open up a salon, master these basic things, and then you should have no problem opening up a salon, having a successful business, or making lots of money.
Oh, yeah, that's ominous. That one's true right there. That was so true right about that.
Yeah, it just disgusts me so bad that this is what the industry is known for. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, especially like sometimes maybe on Mondays if the barber had too much fun on Sunday and decided to close on Monday when they have agreed to appointment.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's right.
Oh,
Then,
yeah.
Well, all righty. A question I'd like to ask every guest is, if you were to wake up tomorrow and you were 25 in the current year of 2019 with all of your amassed knowledge and experience, what advice would you give to yourself?
If I was 25 with all of this knowledge, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Validate yourself. That's what I would tell myself.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Just get one of the classic book stamps that says you're awesome and just stamp your forehead with it.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah. It is so empowering to believe in yourself even when no one else will. These young people now, you know, some people, we're all going through something, but these young people, they have this self-worth. Nobody didn't have to tell them anything, and they are moving mountains at this very young age. They are entrepreneurs. They're doing very well because even when people don't believe in them, they tap into this self-belief and this self-worth. So I think that coming from a generation that didn't always talk about mental health like you talk about it now, and didn't deal with some real issues that people are more liberated now, and they do, and they address them. I think it has helped to stifle that generation. We all have our different generational challenges, but that seems to be a very common thing that has happened a lot in my generation and generations before. So that is what I would tell my young self. Believe in yourself, and you are great. You don't have to wait for somebody to tell you that.
That's right. Just look in the mirror and be like, yeah, you walk great. That's right.
Oh, yeah. Do a double take. You walk by and then you walk back. So.
Yeah. That's right. Maybe even throw some Bay flavor on there and say, yeah, I woke up like this. That's right. I woke up great.
There you go. Yeah.
That's right. Maybe even some Tony the Tiger stripes, too. Be like, yeah, I'm great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Beautiful indeed. Well, all right, for those who want to keep in contact with you, what's the best way to reach out to you?
Yes, so my website, which you can buy the book from my website as well as Amazon, but my website is hairweavesandextensionsmd.com. My Facebook is Alithea Robinson, which is my name, Alithea, Alithea Robinson, Robinson. And my Instagram is starring with an underscore truth, which is actually what my name, Alithea, means. It means truth in Greek. And I used to struggle with that name as a kid, and now I hold it in very high regard. So that is the best way to find me and stay in touch with me.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Well, there you have it, folks. Go on out there, reach out to the wonderful Alithea. Head over to their website, buy a book, heck, buy 7. Tell all 11 friends about it and share with their friends and share their stories, and make sure you get a good box of Kleenexes with you because you're going to be needing it. That's a story about overcoming, baby. That's right, overcoming. That's right. Slide into her DM. She can point you where to buy a book. Heck, maybe even have her speak to a group of kids at your high school. That's right. Get them high on some motivation, not the weed. Keep the weed out of the high school, even though it says high school. That's what I'm talking about.
Very good.
Yes, indeed. So any parting words for our wonderful listeners, Alithea?
Well, I just would like to thank everybody for tuning in. And if you stayed around all the way to the end, thank you so much. Read the book and stay in touch and look me up on social media, Hair, Weaves, and Memories of an Expert Stylist by Alithea Robinson. Thank you.
Hey, how's it going? Thanks a bunch for your listening ears, and it's time now because it's here. Book number 2 is finally here. Stay the course. The Elite Performers, 7 Keys to Sustainable Success. And you can pre-order your ebook copy today by heading over to Amazon.com and pressing that Buy Now button for only 99 cents. It is a low-cost investment. in advancing yourself into your greatness. So let's go ahead to Amazon.com, type in Stay the Course. Look for the book with the big fat red letters, Stay the Course, and the compass pointing north. And yours truly, Dominic Brightman, is the author. And I thank you in advance for all that you do. Go out there and dominate.